Hey everybody, I'm vlogging from my new apartment and it's fantastic, except that it doesn't have any furniture. Lemon's sleeping on the ground, and so am I. And the reason I don't have furniture yet is because the movers are just, I don't know, they take a while, I guess, to deliver things. The good thing is that I do have tall ceilings, so I can still juggle, but I haven't yet, and I'll tell you why. So the reason I haven't juggled in here is because of this. Listen. It's so loud. Every time I drop a prop in here, it comes slamming down on this ground. It makes a big boom and it resonates through the apartment, and I know that it resonates into the walls next to me. Editing Taylor here from the future. I'm just now realizing that the sound that the balls make when they hit the ground doesn't quite come through on video. It's a lot louder and a lot more bassy than it sounds, so just go with it, trust me, it's loud. It's like really loud. Okay, now I don't have anyone below me, so I don't have to worry about that, but I do have people on either side of me, and I really don't want to make so much noise that I start disrupting them because I want to juggle a lot and I want my neighbors to not hate me. So I just want to figure out something that I can put down that pads this a little bit to soften that noise. Now eventually I'll have like a rug, maybe a more permanent solution, but until I get all my furniture, I want something that works in the meantime, that's easily removable and isn't very expensive. So that's what we're going to try to do today. Figure out a way to pattern the drop when I juggle. So in order to find the best way to soundproof my floors so that the neighbors can't hear me juggle, I'm gonna have to go into research mode. Let's do it. So first, I spent way too long scouring the internet, weeding through all of the dumb articles claiming to help you soundproof an apartment floor, but actually showing really complicated and impractical solutions that usually end up permanently affecting the floor, which you can't really do in an apartment most of the time anyway. So I pretty much narrowed it down to 4 possibilities. The first are these interlocking EVA foam mats that they use in kindergartens and stuff. So I've actually tried these in the past and they don't really do the trick. They're good for protecting floors if you want to protect them from scratches from your props and stuff, but they're not really good at dampening the sound. So we can't do that. The next option is sort of a really intense, beefed up version of those that they use in professional gym environments. They're big tiles that you can put down and are supposed to really dampen any sort of noise that comes down on them. However, they're super expensive, and I did the math on how much I would need, and it's way out of my budget, so we're not doing those. The next option is to get one of those fold-up exercise mats that people use for gymnastics and fighting and stuff. Now, I've actually juggled on these before, and they're a pretty good option. They're easy to fold up and they do the trick. But as I said, I've juggled on them before, and I actually really dislike the material that they're covered in, the vinyl. It prevents that deep thud that would go through the walls, but it replaces it with a really weird smack because of the vinyl hitting the prop. It creates a higher pitched smack that I personally just can't stand when I juggle. And since I knew I'd have to get at least 2 or 3 of these mats, I calculated how much that would cost, and it just doesn't seem worth it. There's an X on that. And finally I thought, well, if I just don't like the covering of the foam mats, maybe I can just use foam. So what if I just got a memory foam mattress topper and used that?
Yes, I'm a genius.
So I scoured the internet for the cheapest possible one I could find that was the thickness that I thought would do the trick, and I settled on this cheap mattress topper that's 1.5 inches thick from Target. I'm hoping that 1.5 inches is thick enough, but I know it's memory foam and it will probably give a lot, so it may not be good enough. But considering it's so affordable and I can just run to the Target down the street and try it out today, I think it's worth a shot. Let's go to Target. I got it. This thing was only $25. I got a twin just in case it really doesn't work. I didn't want to spend more than that. It's so squishy. It's nice. So if I juggle, well, that didn't cushion it as much as I'd like. I feel like the memory foam actually made it. I think if I had a thicker foam, it would probably work better. Well, that's disappointing. I was really optimistic that this amount of padding was gonna help the balls not make pretty much any noise. But obviously, I underestimated the power of gravity yet again. So instead, I ordered a 2-inch mattress topper. I really do think that extra 1/2 inch is going to help a lot and hopefully pad it enough to where there's virtually no noise. Hopefully. When I get it, of course, we'll do another test. But for now, I have an idea of where I can use this one. So this is my bed. This is the thing I'm calling my bed until my furniture gets here. It's basically just a sleeping pad for when I go camping, and my blanket and my pillow. I've been sleeping on this for a few weeks. I don't like it. It's not super comfy for that amount of time. So maybe we can make it a little bit better. Much better. I'll see you when the new mattress topper gets here. It came. It's... How do I open it? With a knife. Be free. Give me my mattress bed. I was expecting it to be bigger. I think it just needs to expand. I know that you're supposed to let it sit for like, I don't know, a few hours a day. Then it'll fully expand and then we can test it and hopefully it doesn't make the juggling balls make noise. It's all done. That is a nice looking foam thing. Time to do a test. Without the mat, with the mat. So much better. Here's what a club sounds like on the normal ground. Here's what it sounds like. It's 1,000 times better. Yes, this is awesome. It just feels so nice. My hair today. Just ignore the hair. It's a thing. Now, I definitely am gonna have rogue props where they go beyond this perimeter, but I figure once in a while a loud noise isn't that bad. It's when it happens every time I drop that I think it would be a problem. So I think this is gonna be a great solution for now, maybe permanently. This is pretty easy to roll up, stick in the closet, and then roll out when I'm ready to juggle. Speaking of, it's time to juggle. Exhausting, but really good. Obviously, those were just highlights of my practice, but if you want to see the entire practice unedited in its entirety, you can do that. I posted a video. There's a link in the description, as well as it pops up over there somewhere. This thing held up pretty well. I definitely missed it a few times, so the neighbors probably heard some thumps. I think what I'm gonna do is actually cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna cut it into 9 pieces. 2 lines and 2 lines, and then I can take out the middle piece and have that as an extra exterior while I stand in the middle. I think that that will be nice. This was about $70, which isn't the cheapest, obviously, but it definitely isn't the most expensive compared to like gymnastics mats or some of those more professional gym mats that I was looking at. Overall, for the price, I think this was a really good investment. I'd love to hear some of the solutions that other jugglers out there have come up with. Please feel free to share them in the comments. But if you're looking for a pretty affordable way to pad your flooring when you juggle in your apartment or townhome or wherever you live, I think the 2-inch mattress pad is pretty dang good for the price. If you're interested in getting this exact one, which was the cheapest one I could find, there's a link in the description. Well, that's all we have for today. I'll see you next time. Yep, that's it. That was way more exhausting than it should have been. That's what happens when you take 5 months off. Oh. Yay!